Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Marianne DeNovellis here. We're talking Instagram again today. Love Instagram. And today, instead of pictures, we're talking captions. So stay tuned for the 3 essential tips for all your captions on Instagram. Okay, so we're talking Instagram today, and we're talking how do we pair that with a 6-figure business. You know, social media is all over the place right now. Facebook's got all these things that are going in and out, and in order to have a 6-figure business, you got to be seen. So you got to have your media on all the platforms. That's why we're talking Instagram today. And captions, that's a major thing for Instagram. Instagram doesn't have much to work with. That's part of the beauty of it. You've got photos, you've got shout outs and hashtags, and then you've got your captions. So you want to nail it. So right now what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to open up my phone, open up my Instagram account, show you my homepage and what I'm seeing, and we're going to go through and dissect the captions on these photos and everything that we're seeing here, seeing what works and what doesn't work, okay? You can tell it works on your Instagram feed by checking the insights on your individual posts, but you can also get proof in the pudding on other people's Instagram feeds by just checking the response and seeing how popular it is and the like count and the comment count on those photos and captions. So let's dive right in. I'm going to open up my phone. You can follow along on yours and just listen along and get some pointers along the way, but I want to break this down. So essentially there's 3 different lengths of captions. Okay, there's the first length that is just short enough where you don't have to click see more on it. There's the medium length where you click see more and it still fits within the phone screen. And then there's the really long one where when you click see more, you just have to scroll to finish reading the whole thing. You know, you don't want to stick to one over the other exclusively. It's really good to have a mix in length so people don't get tired out of whatever length you're giving them. Okay, so I'm showing you my latest post. This post was made about 14 minutes ago, and it's one of our events that we just put on. We've got King of Random in there. We just did this amazing YouTube event. Let's dive into the caption. So in this caption, I really want to describe something that's relevant to the photo. There's a new idea that's going around that is the photo is just put out there for attention, and then the caption is totally something different. That, to me, that's just getting rickrolled all over again, right? I'm not about that. I want to be relevant to itself. So if you look at this caption right here, we're talking about the event. What a great success it was. We're even doing kind of shout outs to some of the participants that were at the event, doing some deliberate shout outs to the people who helped put on the event, and then we're basically putting our hashtags at the end. So, you know, that's a very short, very easy to read. It's designed obviously to collaborate because this event was, a lot of it was about collaboration. So you can see in this caption right here, there's a lot of at symbol and then, you know, at YouTube, at King of Random, at Chris Crone, at Stuart Edge. There's a lot of cross-pollination there for promotion purposes, right? And that's totally okay because it's within the context of the caption. So let's just scroll down and see what we have next, okay? Next we have Kelsey Wells. Now she runs an app that I use. It's called the Sweat app, and she's obviously a fitness guru, okay? This post right here has 15,000 likes on it, okay? Let's find out why. First of all, great photo. It's good lighting, good focus and all of that, but it's also got 132 comments. So we've got a huge amount of likes, a huge interaction on the comments. Let's dive into the caption and see why. Obviously this is going to be a longer caption because it's got the more button, so let's click more. And we see that it's a pretty short one, okay? It says, stop putting off prioritizing yourself. Now this caption's got this big, bold lettering. It's got this big, bold statement that's basically accusing everyone of putting off taking care of themselves. Self-care is not selfish. Look after your well-being, look after your health. Doing so will only enable you to be better. And then lots of, you know, few little emojis, link to her website, and her hashtags. Now you'll notice that this one doesn't have a lot of hashtags. A lot of people that are new to Instagram will push their hashtag limit and put up to 30 in that caption. You know, when you get to where you're getting to 15,000 likes and 132 comments on now this post is only 5 hours old, guys. You know, she's obviously not straining for an audience. And as a matter of fact, let's go check out her profile. She's got 1.1 million followers, okay? Essentially in the Instagram world, she's made it. All right, she's not looking, and she won't notice if 1,000 people fall off or join in here and there, because she's in the millions now. So she doesn't really have to spend a lot of time calculating her hashtags. You can see that her hashtags are not huge. They're Power Program and Kelsey Wells Power. So those are her unique branded hashtags that you're going to want to put in at the end of your captions. You know, every caption should have 3 elements. It should have the context, which is basically your text, and here in her post, you can see the context is all first. It should have your hashtags, which traditionally everyone puts at the very end. And it should also have any shout outs or credits that you need to give. Now, if Kelsey had put any other production or was doing a collab with someone, she would definitely put those tags in there. She doesn't need to on this one. Now you can see kind of the layout of these captions. You've got the content, got a few emojis in there, and then she's done the skip a line thing after she's put in her website. Use that little period to skip a line and then put the hashtags at the end. Generally, people like that on Instagram because it keeps the content separate from the hashtags, and it feels less salesy, and it feels less like you're pushing something on someone. Okay, so this is a very successful caption because it's short, it's to the point, and obviously we've got social proof that it's working. 8 hours old, 15,000 likes, and 134 comments. Okay. Let's go into this next one. Now, this is an Instagram account of a friend of mine who I did some collaborative photography with, okay? This post is 23 hours old, so almost a full day, and it's got 3 comments and 30 likes. Now, I know that Kelsey and this guy, they've got different followings. Let's just see we've got 556 followers versus 1.1 million. So obviously these are 2 very different accounts. We've got different demographics here, but the captions still matter. So let's go check them out. Okay, this is, again, it's more than 2 lines, so we're going to have to click more. And again, this is a very medium length, but look at the difference here. We've got someone who's using most, if not all, of their 30 hashtag limit, and we've got a very tiny comment section. In 1 hour flying, we get to see everything San Francisco has to offer and still have time to learn to fly. Okay, obviously that's inspiring a few comments, very few. It's got 3, okay, by comparison, I'm saying. And then we've got a couple shout outs in one of the comments beneath that. But just take into account, what does this say to you? Okay, there's a lot of, you can tell this account is trying to gather more followers and more likes because of the sheer number of hashtags. And the comment section, it could tell more of a story, what are you flying? Are you giving a lesson? It says you still have time to learn to fly. I would love to know if you're teaching a flight lesson or something like that. So this is one that, on a scale of 0 being like, why should you even try, to 10 being an example like we saw below with Kelsey having a 1.1 million followers and 134 comments in 5 hours. Not judging responsiveness, but I'm judging quality of the caption. 0 being meh and 10 being knocked it out of the park. I would probably put this one at a 5. Okay, it's just not. I don't feel compelled to respond to it. I don't feel compelled to, have a conversation, and it's just really hashtaggy, and it's all one big block, and my eyes don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Okay, so there's a couple examples. Let's do one more. There's a sponsored ad. Okay, this one's Total Fit Junkie, okay? This one is 21 hours old, so again, almost a day old, and it's a video, all right? Let's check the caption. Okay, this is a great example of a longer caption. We've got a couple good examples here. Okay, so again, look at the composition of this. We've got our content. She's using emojis, which it's funny because when emojis came out, they were very unprofessional. Only teenagers used emoticons and emojis, and now everyone's using them, especially businesses, and especially businesses who are wanting to be 6-figure businesses. They're not considered unprofessional, they're considered personable, right? Everyone wants to use them now. So again, we've got our content and we've got our hashtag. Now it looks like if I were to just eyeball this and guess, she's got half the hashtags that she could have in her comment. And there's some hashtags like fitness, which probably has over 5 million links to it. And then there's most everyone forgets their shoulders. That's a very unique hashtag to her. Now I'm just going to scan here and say, okay, which which is her personal hashtag. I'm always looking for your branded hashtag whenever I'm going through Instagram. Instagram hashtags, you know, we'll go into that into another video, but Instagram hashtags in your comments and in your captions, you should always have one that's branded specifically for you. And I'm looking for one here. I'm not seeing one that's specific to this user. I've got Total Fit Junkie. She could use a hashtag Total Fit Junkie, you know, and that could be one of hers. She's got Girls Who Lift. That probably isn't as many as fitness is, but you know, it's relevant to her content. So I would give, on a scale from 0 to 10, I would give this one a 7 or an 8, because you know, it looks like I've got some personality in here. It's got some instruction in here. It's got some motivation in here, and I don't feel like it's trying to pitch me on something necessarily, because all of these hashtags are relevant to her post and to her video. Okay. So go through your Instagram. I want you to go through your Instagram on your phone and take a look at your comments, okay? One thing to note about comments, guys, don't cut and paste. Please don't cut and paste. Like, let's say you've got a fitness post and another fitness post. You should never, ever, ever cut and paste this comment or this caption and put it on the same photo. I mean, obviously, it's not going to do good for your viewership, but Instagram will also catch wind of that, and they will ground you from Instagram. Like, you will be Instagram, we call it Instagram jail. So if they see that you're spammy on Instagram, they'll put you in Instagram jail, meaning that no one's going to see your posts for however long you're in jail, 24 to 48 hours, whatever it is. So get creative, get unique, definitely in your comments, and be sure to connect with your audience. Okay, I've even included a link for you guys. Check that out below. There's a cool website with a reference guide all about captions on Instagram. Do some collabs, check it out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.